Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Yakima HighRoad single bike platform carrier on our 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Now this is going to be an awesome way of getting our bikes up onto our roof and onto the road with us, as you can see today. Big thing with this, maybe we don't have a hitch. This can be an excellent way of utilizing our roof rack system while still allowing us to have a couple other accessories on our roof. So, gives us a lot of versatility for our roof rack system, and as you can see, we are getting our bikes up on here. Now at the front here, we do have a tire hold system, so if you're looking a way of getting your carbon frame bikes up on the road with you, this can be a great option, as you can see. Now with that being said too, a lot of times those hanging style bike racks, you run into issues where you need a bike adapter bar, but because we have a wheel hold here, I don't think we're going to have any issues with those step throughs, women's bikes or kiddos bikes up on this system. With the 45-pound weight capacity too, we are going to get most of our bikes up on here. Those standard and mountains probably going to be doing a good job of staying within that weight capacity. Keep in mind though, those e-bikes and some of those fat tire bikes probably going to start getting a little too weighty for this system. And always make sure we're consulting our roof rack system and our vehicle's owner's guide to make sure that we're not exceeding any kind of weight limitations there, especially if we start adding things onto the other side of our roof rack. Now, as we already mentioned before, we do have this tire hold system here. You can see that this front system just sits in front while this back one comes in and they actually clamp onto themselves. Now, how that works, we do have this torque knob right here, and going clockwise will tighten this in like so, and going counterclockwise will actually release that for us. So a great little option there. And in the back end here too, you can see getting a pretty good wide set on this platform. And on the inside here, we do have a tray that is adjustable. So you can see today we've gone ahead and adjusted it. Now normally I'd put it a little bit below it, but on our Outlander, we do have a fixed mount system, so we are having a little bit of issue with our roof rack kind of being right where we want that strap to go through. And so real quick, we'll just go ahead and start popping this guy off, starting with the back hold here. That way we can go ahead. Well, actually, you know what, guys? Let's start with the front there. I don't want to make it too loose and as we go down. So we'll start with the front here, making sure our torque knob can go ahead and start releasing. I like to just make sure I have a frame contact on here. That way my bike isn't going to be shifting as I take this off. And as you see, we can go ahead and start backing that guy down like so. And then I just like to keep this in here. That way, in case I get a little crazy and I lose it, I'm not tilting my bike without at least one point of contact. But again, I think either way can be a pretty good option. As you can see, just getting that ratchet system up and out of the way, like so. And then we can come in, back it off a little bit, kind of start dropping the bike towards us and walking away. Now I can see the biggest issue with these guys, you know, that 45 pounds is nice. However, that is a lot of weight going to be up in the air that we're going to have to get underneath. However, because we are right here, we are going to get a pretty good stable platform for it. Not going to have too much trouble at all. And then here too, you can see we do have an adjustable tray, as we mentioned, so that can be very nice. Makes it very versatile. That way we're not having, you know, one set feature. And if we have anybody else, or maybe our bikes are just a little bit different, we can change that around as we need. On the back end here too, you can see we do have an integrated bike cable. And what's great about this guy is it does just sit in the back here. It's going to get a pretty long strap, so we will be able to get through our frame and come back and hook onto itself like so. What's great about this product, it is Yakima, so we are able to get the locking cores to any of our Yakima applications, and those will be key to like, utilizing their same key system. So as you can see today, we don't actually have a core in there, and that's because they want you to actually key that alike to a variety of other products. So I definitely recommend picking up some locking cores as well. And talking about that as well, on the end here, we can actually see how this is attached. Now this system kind of works throughout the entirety of it. You'll see it on a lot of Yakima products. They just have a little steel, stainless steel strap on here. It is rubber coated underneath, and this is actually how it mounts on. So simply that steel band goes across, brings it back up to the top, and then we clip it in by pivoting it like so, and then slinging that shut. It's going to make a good job of holding that on there. And then the end here too, we can see that we do have some locking core features as well on these guys on the other end. Let me hop up here, guys, get a little bit of a view for you. So on this guy right here, we actually do have a locking core. Sorry to point you guys in the wrong direction in the front there. As you can see, that can also be keyed alike to that integrated cable lock. So very, very much recommended to make sure that this isn't, going to be going anywhere when we leave it unattended, especially when we have our bike up on there. I definitely recommend picking up some of those locking cores. And again, you can get those keyed alike utilizing the same key system. And taking a look at this knob as well, kind of give you guys a little better showing of it. As you can see, doing a good job of releasing and whatnot. And as we bring that up, that's just simply going to push this up, make sure we're nice and tight on our wheel. A great thing about this torque knob too, as it gets more and more tight, we are going to have a resistance to it, and it'll start clicking when it tells us that we are too tight. So not going to be over tightening, not going to be under tightening. Just going to be pretty much a Goldilocks situation, right where we want it. And look at that, we can go ahead and collapse that down, really reducing that height. Real quick, I'll give you guys just a quick little dimension check here. See how much height we're actually adding on just with the rack itself. Now keep in mind, this height might vary depending on what bike you actually put up on here. But for today, going from the top of our roof before we start slanting, looks like you're going to be at right about 30 inches to the top there. So definitely a little bit of length, or height I should say, added to our vehicle. So keep in mind with the Outlander, I don't think we're going to have too many issues. You can see we're pretty below most of our stuff here in the garage. I think too, if you're pulling through some drive-thrus or anything, I don't think we're going to have too much issues. But if you have a very, very tall bike that we're also adding on there, keep in mind that our bikes are going to be a little different, adding just a little bit more height to this bad boy. Well, I really like how it collapses down, gets it out of the way. As you can see, extremely easy to do so. With it like that, we are going to be extending, well, I'll go from here, guys, so we can actually see it. Going to be extending about 3.5 inches from the top of our crossbar. And again, these straps will fit most of your bars. Your Aero, round, square, factory, going to be doing a good job with those steel bands of actually getting across. Makes it extremely easy to install and take down. Now, it is a steel construction with a nice powder coat finish. However, it's actually pretty lightweight as well. I think it runs about 20 pounds or so, so nothing too crazy to actually get up on there. So I don't think we're going to have too many issues, even if we are a solo bicyclist throwing this up on our rack. Well, it looks very stylish as well. Yakima always doing a good job of keeping looks in mind. I like the platform as well. It's actually an open platform here, so we're not going to get any kind of rain buildup as we have this on our vehicle. No pools, no puddles, nothing that's going to start damaging us over a long time. I highly recommend picking up those locking cores though, because any amount of security is definitely an added bonus. Well, I think that about does it for our look at the Yakima HighRoad single bike platform carrier on our 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the Slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.